Hello, everyone, and welcome to BeesTV. Brentford today played Swansea away at the Liberty Stadium, and it was just frustration all around. We went up to a goal by Tarek Fosu from a cross, brilliant header, brilliant to get the ball onto it, but then a cheap foul conceded at the very last ends of the game. Cheap foul by Mad Sorensen. I think it was a foul personally. It was debated, and then just cross into the box, gets over Raya, and then that's game over. I mean, it really was a frustrating game. Swansea were just the dirtiness. Did you see all the dirtiness? What do you make of the dirtiness?
I'm not particularly surprised because that's what not most, but some championship teams are. And I think the amount of people that complain about it, I think if we were the ones doing it, I think we would be saying, yeah, it's just tough, it's just strength. If it's against us, then it's dirtiness. And I think I'm not too bothered by it because it'll go our way this season. There'll be a game where some of our players do some stuff that we do get away with. I think the QPR game, Madsbeck should have got a red, and people call us dirty for that, and it'll just go. It swings and roundabouts, and games will look dirty, and there's some games that we won't. And I'm not too bothered by what Swansea did because I know that it just happens. That's why it's a championship, and you know what, it was a foul for their goal, I think, for the free kick, and also Bidwell's elbow on Raya. But I also think that in hindsight, we should have just put that game away. We created what, 5, 6 big chances, had so many shots on goal, and I think that was more for me just us not finishing our chances than Swansea being dirty. And I think it was definitely 2 points dropped from our side because I think Swansea was sort of holding on for large parts of it. But I don't think we can blame Swansea or ref that much because we had chances to put that game away, really. And I think that's just sort of the crux of that's just the core problem of a lot of our games of this season, last season, of previous seasons, that we just don't finish our chances enough. And yeah, that's all I can say. It's just disappointing, obviously, but I think it's more to do with our finishing and less to do with the dirtiness of Swansea because that's expected in the championship. But it's not the first time I've seen it. It's probably not the last time.
Yeah, but I probably say I agree with you because even if you do get dirtiness, you still get it. They get punished somehow, and yes, we saw it a
Yeah.
red in the end on Norton, and possibly we should have had another red because of many fouls accumulated by Fulton. But also, I like what you say about the finishing. You know, Josh De Silva is in miles of open space and he hits it straight at the keeper. Yeah, it was a great effort for him to get there. But if he puts it away, if he gets it past the keeper, it's a whole different game. It's a whole 2 points. And we saw last season as well. I think it was about 2 points away from automatic promotion, 2 or 1 point. Whatever it was, very fine margins. Because I remember all we were saying, as long as we won one game, if we won one game from those last two games, all we had to do is get a point or something like that, and we would be in autos. And every point of a season is crucial, and it's going to be really disappointing for us to go 2 points to lose 2 points after that. I mean, what we can say as a positive going on to the next few games is that we genuinely played well. We had them through the crosses, we had them in the midfield. You know, we genuinely just had the better of them, and it's all about carrying that form into the rest of the season. Do you have anything much to say else about the game? I mean, there's not much to say other than that, but from my end. But do you want to say anything?
No, it's just one of those results that we're disappointed, but I think we're still undefeated in the league. In what, 16, 17 games, and we still just got to keep it going. We're still on good form, and you know what, we can't be too despondent. Still Swansea are still a top 6 side. They didn't look it today, but they are still a very good side. They've made Conor Hourihane, who scored the goal. He's still a very quality player and someone I thought maybe Brentford could have got if we needed it. But yeah, it's not hard to say. It's still a long way to go. It's not like we're on the tail end of the season. There's still so many games to play and there's still so many points to grab, and it's just about keeping the form up. And you know what, I thought, and there's still a lot to play for. The first place is still there. I thought Norwich would run away with it, but they seem to hit a lot of snags. And we could be within. I think we're within 5, 6 points with them now. if I'm not mistaken. Win our next game in hand, and we're closing up on them, and obviously puts the pressure on them. And yeah, there's still a lot to play for. I'm not too angry because it's still again a top six side, and it's still not a loss. And you know what? But obviously a draw's not helpful, but still a long way to go. I'm not getting worried yet. But obviously it's just those. It's those you said it. It's just those fine margins that can cost you in the end. And you know what? We could be looking at the end thinking, you know what, that Swansea game could have got us up, but in the end, that's hindsight. And I'd rather just focus on the next few games and see how we play and just see what the lads can do because they're performing well, and that's all we can ask of them.
Yeah, exactly. And I think perfectly summed up. I think there's nothing much more to say. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. Thank you so much, Jatin, for coming on again, as always. Brilliant guest we have. Make sure to subscribe to BeesTV so you get to see all of our match reactions and that. A lot more coming up. Thank you, everyone, and goodbye.